many of you may know, I buried my parents in the beginning of July, middle of July. That was a vacation in itself. We went for a week down to Big Bear where my family lives, and we spent time with family from all over the place. Everybody came in except for a few. It was an amazing time, and it was really something that I'd love to talk about. But then we came home for a week, and we got on an airplane, and my kids and my wife and myself flew to the Grand Cayman Islands. And that quickly replaced the bad, great time we'd had with a pretty amazing time. And water is a great theme for this conversation because the Grand Cayman Island is surrounded by crystal clear waters that are probably about 85 degrees, which I just really love for water sports because it's great to be warm when you go in the ocean. Sometimes in Kauai, you walk out in the ocean and you freeze, and then a thunderstorm rolls in and you gotta go running because it's ice cold water. Not there. The ice cold drops coming out of the heavens were gifts. So the occasional rainstorm was a blessing. There were three main parts of the trip that stood out to all of us. The nature, the food, and the family. The nature part is really evident. You're on this relatively flat island in the middle of the Caribbean Sea. And the people there are no indigenous people. Everybody there, it seems like, is there for the purpose of serving the people that come to visit this island. And they all are on page with it. So the service was amazing out in nature. Sitting up next to the ocean, drinking the best cocktail you've ever had, brought to you by somebody right quickly. Amazing. The nature, we ended up taking a boat ride out to see some stingrays in Stingray City. And you say you're going to go out there and you're going to see a bunch of stingrays, you're going to stay with a bunch of stingrays, and you're going to swim around with them. You don't really get it until you get there and you realize there are stingrays everywhere, and you are literally in the middle of the dang ocean on a sandbar swimming with stingrays right here, bumping into your legs all over the place while your guides dive down into the water. Bring that stingray on up. Hold it gingerly for you so that you can come and slide in and bring that stingray up to your chest and give it a kiss for the 7 years of good luck you're going to get. That baby got 6 kisses for me. I'm hoping it's my lifetime of good luck. The nature was amazing. There were iguanas around. There were different types of birds. Very pretty. But the ocean is the standout in the Grand Cayman. And snorkeling, we could snorkel along. My son and I followed a turtle for a half hour through a reef, just swimming lazily along, checking out what the turtle was checking out, enjoying the different fish, the eels, the stingrays you'd see off in the distance. Amazing time. But that also leads to some pretty darn good and fresh seafood. And the food throughout was amazing. You'd stop at a local little diner and just get the most amazing jerk chicken or the most amazing ceviche. All these different foods made locally right there by people that are not chefs. They're masters of what they do. Unbelievable food everywhere. Not cheap. Not a darn thing on the island is cheap. But delicious. But no meal was better than the one that Riley and I caught. Now, if you don't mind, back there, Herb and Molly, you each have a batch of pictures there kind of in front of you. If you don't mind, you can take a look at those and pass them along while I finish with the story. But my son and I ended up chartering a boat to go out and go fishing. And the idea was we were going to catch that big fish, right? We were going sport fishing to look to get a big fish. We did not. We were out there for 4 hours and we caught 2 tuna about yay big. But they led us to the best, now obviously because we had to pay to catch the fish, the most expensive lunch you will ever eat. But it was the best lunch. We took our fish, the captain of the boat cleaned out the fillets, put them into a bag. We took our Ziploc bag, walked off the boat, headed over to Morgan's restaurant right there in the marina, handed the bag to the person at the front desk. They showed us to a table. Our server came back out and said, okay, the chef's going to make you ceviche, sashimi, and then some steaks. You like your steaks rare? We said, fantastic. Best lunch I've ever had. They brought out this food and the guy nailed it. It was right on point. Everything was perfect. Riley and I were fat and happy, enjoying ourselves, amazed at what happened with these fish, and Riley has no idea that the $17 we see on the bill does not really cover the cost, but they prepared the fish and gave us the sauces, the risotto, the potatoes, the carrots for 17 bucks. Pretty great deal, pretty amazing. I would do that again in a minute. But the standout of the whole trip was the family. Being with my kids together after a year, a hard year, with our kids being apart from us, living away at college, doing their thing, doing their own lives, really. My daughter, her boyfriend, recently moved away, and they decided maturely to break up since she's going into her junior year of college, and he's now out working in the real world. And it was an agreed upon breakup, but that doesn't make it easy. And while they're being mature, it's hard. She got to get away from that. While I could hear her and her mom talking constantly about things going on in her life, makes you feel great that your kids not only will come with you on vacation and take advantage of you, which I think they all will, but they'll also share things and enjoy the time with you. We were extremely proud of our children. We talk about proud moments. We learned they're both very good at drinking. The drinking age there is 18, so my 20-year-old daughter and 21-year-old son, they had no problem, and they certainly didn't mind imbibing. But to their credit, they stuck with us the whole time. There were plenty of other people there that were young, their age, that they could have gone and partied with and hung out late into the night, missed the mornings, taken the time not to go on the walks on the beach with us, but they didn't. We appreciate that. The family time really stood out, and it's more than what I'm giving you here today. But when you go to the Grand Cayman Islands, which I highly recommend, I think you'll notice that the nature is a standout. The food is amazing.